This is the story of how Lord Jamar became a D-list supervillain.
Grand Rising on this Wisdom Cipher Day, all being born to wisdom. I hope you had a great Juneteenth, as did I. I'm reporting live from my backyard right now. So recently, I went on Vlad TV, and some people were very happy about that. Some people were disappointed. I'm hearing that people made videos, showing their discontent and all of that. All I can say is my obligation is to civilize the uncivilized, okay? My job is not to preach to the choir. And many times you need to go where the uncivilized people are at. Now, originally, this whole Vlad boycott started because he didn't apologize to Minister Farrakhan. Well, fast forward 5 years later, he's apologized. I know what I said about Mr. Godfrey. And yeah, I guess that looked bad. Me saying that about him and then changing my mind. But guess what? As a grown man, I have the right to change my mind. Once certain information, more information comes into play about certain things that I'm not going to get into the full specifics of, but I have more clarity on the situation as a whole. And that's the decision I decided to do when looking at the big picture. So, anyone who's a true supporter of me, who actually subscribes to my channel, who actually, donates regularly and gives super chats, if I disappointed you, pardon me, I love you, and pardon me. Anybody else, y'all are just white noise, okay? But love to all of y'all. Yeah, listen, mission was accomplished. We wanted Vlad to apologize, and he apologized, okay? So that being said, we did the boycott on Vlad. Y'all didn't support it.
What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, every superhero has a super villain, and some of these super villains are less deserving of the title than others. And when you watch certain movies or shows, and they're on season 2 and 3, the super villains start to get less and less scary or impactful. And sometimes you'll see one of these guys that's like a D-list villain, where he's kind of but he really doesn't have really any good schemes or plans. They all seem to fail, and everything he does is like a real bad episode of Paw Patrol, right? I think that Lord Jamar, in his backyard with his cup of coffee, has become one of the worst D-list villains I have ever seen. I want to talk about how we got here. His supervillain arc is sad and pathetic, but here we are. Yet again, Lord Jamar is on my radar for not only being kind of not altogether truthful and honorable, let's just be honest, but at the same time, Lord Jamar is a gaslighter and a manipulator. And I want to discuss this thing because I did a video on it before. I've done several videos on Lord Jamar, but it hit me that Lord Jamar has hit a new low in his backyard, talking about Grand Rising. I hope you enjoyed your Juneteenth with his cup of whatever is in that cup. I'm going to assume it's Java. I would assume that Lord Jamar is a avid coffee drinker, or I could be wrong. It may be green tea in his cup, right? Something trying to pretend to be earthy. But in my opinion, I believe Lord Jamar is a master super villain, I believe, on this channel. I really only have two things I talk about, either anti-heroes or super villains. I'm just going to be honest. And Lord Jamar is neither of those, but he is a villain. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Lord Jamar has very villain tendencies. He tries to twist and turn things in a slimy way, right? And I'm going to get to all of that. And I watched his 2-minute plus debacle of an explanation of why he went back on Vlad TV after calling Vlad every name in the book. He pretended to boycott Vlad for us, the people, and for Minister Louis Farrakhan for his honor, defending his honor. But somehow 5 years later, after the apology, I use air quotations loosely, with that apology for Vlad apologizing to Minister Farrakhan 5 years later, after he had some type of epiphany and decided that it was time to speak on it, which he knew at some point would bring Lord Jamar back running. I'm just going to be honest. All of this stuff is master manipulated work. I don't think Vlad, I'm just keeping it a buck, I don't think Vlad apologized for the the Farrakhan incident just out of the goodness of his heart. I know he knew that Lord Jamar would shortly after come running back, and he put out feelers, and Lord Jamar took him and came running. But I want to have a conversation because he's a villain, but he's not very good at it, and you can see through his schemes, right? If this was Batman, you could walk right into the trap and defeat him and snap the trap, and it probably wouldn't even pop and catch you in nothing, because it's just so poorly. He's so bad at this, right? We see that it's a money play. We see that you're trying to manipulate your audience. He's doing this with the Dr. Umar situation, where I only care about my supporters. If you're in my super chat and you're donating, then I'm sorry, I apologize to you if you felt the way, right? So what's going on is Lord Jamar turned his back on a lot of people who supported him, and I'm just going to be honest, one of those things that I do not do, I have not done in years, since I was like probably a kid, like 19, 18, is trust these ultra super black Negroes that got all the answers, and they're going to lead you to the promised land with all this, extra, that, and the third, right? And Lord Jamar is one of those super duper black Negroes, brand Nubians, punks jump up to get beat down, all that good stuff like that there. Okay? Timberland boot wearing 5%er or whatever he's got going on, right? I don't believe him, never have, never will. And where I'm at with this is, this guy is one of those too ultra black for you guys, and he's going to use that. He's going to wield that as a weapon. That's going to turn into his sword and shield, and he's going to walk you right into poverty with his ass by making you send him, guess what? Donations. And where we are now is them donations dried up. That channel got slow. And people done found out Lord Jamar is an awful podcaster. Lord Jamar is boring. He's slow. He's defiant. He doesn't change with the times. He's stubborn, right? He doesn't really update his equipment. He just looks awful when he does it. He doesn't really be in tune with what's really going on in the world. He's so opinionated. His opinions are from the 90s. No one wants to hear that shit on YouTube. So guess what? The God Pod and all this other stuff is starting to slow down. Turned his back on Godfrey, who was the only entertainment on that podcast. Shout out to Rod Digger. I don't even know if I haven't heard a word. I don't watch Lord Jamar's channel anymore, so I haven't heard a word from the Queen Rod Digger. Salute to the Queen Rod Digger. She has got nothing to do with this man's evil schemes and plans. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. But somewhere, somehow, Lord Jamar has become the poster child, right? For the Umar dollar bill. If Umar's on the dollar bill, Lord Jamar is on the $5 bill. These two go hand in hand. It's all about scheming you out of your blackness, right? Listen, I say it all the time. I went to Malcolm X Elementary School. I'm from DC. They call it Chocolate City. 80-something%, probably 89% black. So you can miss me with all the extra nonsense of all the goobity goop. I grew up in the hood. I grew up around black people. My damn teacher had a dashiki and an afro, my nigga. So you can't tell me a goddamn thing, okay? So what I'm telling you is, I don't believe you. And you proved that you are untrustworthy, and you really, as they're calling it right, a sellout. That sellout word, I do not throw it around lightly, because that's a harsh word to call on somebody, because sometimes it's just, you got a job to do, right? You didn't have to do this. If you were any good at what you're doing on YouTube, you can make a good living, but people found out he's not that good. And then you try to get into politics. You're running, you're trying to chase behind he who shall not be named. That was a no-no. Your crowd, listen, most of your crowd does not follow behind the current president, the current administration. You didn't know that, so you ran with it. You went and called Kamala Harris a bitch and all this other shit. And then you ran, and half your supporters was white, but you went and you didn't like Eminem. So you don't understand this whole situation. You're jumping into this with both feet. But low-key dumb. Then you realize the last bit of supporters you got, they don't think that the earth is flat. You don't know that. So you're running around a flat earther, right? So now you're a flat earther that's scamming people out of money, talking about sending you something for the entertainment that you're not giving. You half the time don't know what you're talking about. Your opinions are old and dated, right? God forbid anybody that has gender differences than you, you're coming at them too. So how you keeping the crowd? You're not. So what you're doing is waiting for the intro to get back on Vlad TV and get your numbers back up. And we all know what happened. Vlad started paying, and it started to not look so bad over there on Vlad TV. See, now what's going on, what's coming out, because he sat down on Vlad TV with the matching shorts, right? Why you do that? What make that part make sense? But see, she's so defiant. I'm gonna, you know what? If I'm gonna wear the shorts that match the wallpaper, right? And it's all. You think you're playing chess. I don't know what you're playing. You're playing something else. Connect Four, something else, because you're making it even easier for people to take these shots at you. I wrote down some comments about that 2.5 minute video that he did in his backyard in his supervillain lair, right? Where he's trying to manipulate you. He's trying to make the people like me who had comments about him and had something to say about what he got going on, we are the white noise, right? He's like, if you're not a supporter, the same thing Umar does. If you're not a current supporter of my platform and you don't send donations to me on a regular basis, you're white noise to me. And if you are a supporter, I am, what did he say? The exact words was, pardon me. Right? To the supporters who had an issue with him going back on Vlad TV after he literally made a career out of saying that Vlad was damn near the devil, right? All it took was what? 5 years later? That's what it was. So I want to talk about this. Because according to supervillain Lord Jamar, right? In his supervillain lair, that his job in this earth and in this world is to civilize the uncivilized. I used to hear that a lot when I was younger. I used to listen to a lot of rap. I used to listen. I used to get the final call. I used to get the bean pies. Gang, listen. I'm black, y'all. I'm blackity black, and I'm black. Like on some CB4 shit, I was black. And I used to hear all that stuff, civilized is uncivilized, and the 1%. I used to hear the 5%. I used to hear all that. So he uses these buzzwords, right, to try to trigger certain people to think that he's on their side. Lord Jamar is all over the place, gang. Okay? So in the beginning of this thing, he's going to trigger you by saying, I'm going to civilize the uncivilized, right? And I got to go where they're at. So he's already setting you up. This is master manipulated shit, gang. But see, I'm kind of smart. I know a couple things. Like I said, I went to Malcolm X Elementary, right? And they taught me some shit. Right? We had open space classes. We could see all the way through the whole school. They didn't have no walls. A school without walls. I could see the 6th graders. I could see my sister in the class over there, way down and 5 classes down. So it wasn't no walls blocking us. We could see a lot of shit very clearly, gang. Okay? So what I'm telling you is, I can see this nigga a mile away. Right? And he's trying to manipulate you and me by saying, I'm going to go civilized. I'm going to go see so he's trying to make it like I'm going to where the uncivilized is, which is Vlad TV. So now he's setting it up that Vlad TV, he's there to save Vlad TV. Okay? He's there to save Vlad TV. He's going to find the uncivilized by what? Jumping on Vlad TV and bringing them back to you? That's what your plan is. But see, I already knew that's what you're doing. You have to say nothing. I said the subscribers is not what they used to be, especially when he started doing the things he did against the people that was his supporters. So he jumped to Vlad TV to try to get them numbers back up. We already know this. We know the money's getting low over there. When your ass got tore up over that flat earth debate, right? When, what's my guy, Professor, I can't remember his last name, right? Tore your ass up about the damn flat earth shit. A lot of your people jump ship because they like, man, oh man, like on the 70s, like they be like back in the 70s, oh man, it's jive turkey. So they saw that you was a jive turkey, so they started banning the ship. And it wasn't just that, it was a lot of things. You offended a lot of people over there. So guess what? It's a lot of people over there on Vlad's platform. Oh, Vlad done apologize. Did he? A word? Did he? Oh, snap. Now the gate's open. Now I can say, now you had just said a few weeks before you went there that Godfrey would probably go back first. You say anybody that goes on Vlad TV is corny, right? This cornballs is up there. I think you had a problem with DL Hughley and everybody black that went up there. You had an issue with it. You wanted everybody black up there to get canceled, right? Whole thing. This was 5 years ago. And all the whole 5 years, you had nothing good to say about this man. But now, money running low. It's a long way from 5 years ago, right? Just like Math Hoffa, money ain't the same. So now let me switch it up. Oh, it's open. Oh, he had to click the little heart in Vlad's phone. Bang, Vlad saw the little heart immediately. Hell, what's going on? Because he knew. Got him. He laid the trap for your ass and you walked right into it. He knew when he apologized, you was going to come running back. He said either him or Godfrey or both, right? Because see, this is the thing about Vlad. He played a long game. You're not. You're not playing a long game. You were just waiting to get paid. You already told yourself that you said when Vlad did the thing with with Minister Farrakhan that you called Vlad in a huff and and you were like, yo, going forward, we need revenue sharing for these shows. He told Vlad he wanted all his revenue from all the past shows that he had done. And going forward, he wanted 30%. Now, that's a sellout. If you was willing to sell out whatever anger you had about him saying whatever, because you made it like what he said about Minister Farrakhan was a really big deal for the African-American community, but you would have stayed there if he would have gave you 30% revenue, right? You said it yourself. So 30% revenue sharing and all back pay from all the old catalog, right? And guess what Vlad told you? No way. I can't do nothing for you, man. You want $6 for what? I can't do nothing. Hit you with the Flavor Flav. You better, man, kiss my butt. So you was like, okay, boycott on. Went online. You and Godfrey had the right fist in the air, right? And Rod Digger, everybody, listen, we not going back. I never go back. I never go back. You was on some special ed shit. I never go back, right? Guess what happened? All of that momentum started to die when people realized Lord Jamar ain't really that good at this. He really not that good. He talk too slow. He don't know what he talking about half the time. His opinions are dated. This is kind of boring. When it's all peeled back the layers, it's kind of boring over here at the God Pod. I'm just going to be honest. I checked out about 3 years ago, 3 years ago. I just can't watch it. It's too slow. I'm just going to be honest. Say whatever. So all of that happened. Now you're thinking, oh, snap. The word got out because I remember Vlad used to stand firm on that. I'm not paying for interviews. And then it wasn't even that long after that, the Art of Dialogue came on. And my homeboy over there was paying for interviews. He started getting all them Tupac interviews, all them other Napoleon and Tupac's brother and all this shit. Everybody started going over there to the Art of Dialogue. Vlad was like, shit, he's biting my whole shit and he's getting all the content. Yeah, I'm going to have to stop paying y'all motherfuckers. So Vlad started realizing, listen, if I cut the check, they come up here faster. Right? All them boozy interviews, they come up here faster. DL Hughley, they come up here faster. It sounds good, but if I ain't got no content, it don't make no sense. I'm not going to make the money without the content. Everybody started going everywhere. Because y'all don't remember how it started to be a real problem. It became a real issue in the community about paying for interviews. Look it up if you don't believe me. That it was a lot of people, and Twitter changes a lot of things. A lot of people went on Twitter really going in about how you need to start paying for these interviews or start boycotting these platforms. Stop giving these people your sauce, your secret sauce. If they're not going to pay you, stop going, right? So that was the thing. That was the sentiment. And that sentiment finally got through Vlad, and he started paying. Lord Jamar heard this, oh shit, this motherfucker paying. Okay, now we cooking 10 grand, 20 grand shit. I got a car, and a house. Like shit, the Oz been off TV. I ain't getting no money from that shit no more. So listen, what's my guy? The last OG and all that shit over with. I need a bag. The 50 ain't calling me back for this shit on Power. What's going on? So Lord Jamar got to get it back. Guess what? He back over there at Vlad, got the matching TV shorts on. But how can I spin this? How can I make this work? Well, he did apologize, so I can start there. He apologized, but now I got to explain why Godfrey won't go back and why me and Godfrey fell out. Oh, he's not solid. So now he's on Vlad TV. He got an interview now where he says Godfrey's not solid. So now Godfrey is the false prophet. Godfrey is not solid, but apparently Lord Jamar is, right? Super villain shit, gang is massive manipulated shit. And some people probably falling for it. The numbers are up when he's talking about Biggie Smalls, this and that. And they right back where they left off. Now they talking about Biggie. You bringing up Biggie again. Biggie, my nigga, Biggie dead 25 years. Y'all talking about Biggie. Biggie had gay lyrics. Like the fuck, what y'all talking about? Like all this shit done happened since Biggie died. Y'all still talking about fucking Biggie? This is what you're going to do, the uncivilized, the civilized, the uncivilized, my nigga. Like, make this shit make sense. But this is what Lord Jamar is there for. He ain't got no interest in Tupac stories that they did. Well, what was Tupac at when I was in the car and it was me and Bubba? No, he ain't got no fucking stories to tell you about nothing, really. So they're going to talk about him. What are they going to do? You ask some shit about Biggie. Oh, I'm sure the Eminem. I'm waiting for the Eminem questions come up. He probably either dodge it or say something dumb. Because at the end of the day, it ain't much they bringing up Lord Jamar up there for. You can talk about Flat Earth. You can talk about Biggie. You can talk about Eminem. Right? Then you're going to talk about how Vlad just punked him and fucking got him right back in the same goddamn scene he was in 5 years ago, talking about the same dumb shit. Right? It was me, Grand Poobah, like the same old ass shit that motherfuckers don't give a fuck about. But at the end of the day, this is what he up there for. The civilized, the uncivilized, right? So let me keep this pushing. So then he goes, the mission accomplished when Vlad allegedly apologized, mission accomplished. But you N-words, he didn't say N-words, I'm saying N-words. You N-words didn't even follow up with your end of the boycott. So now he's blaming you, he's manipulating you, saying you guys didn't abide by the boycott, that I established the boycott, and you guys didn't even do it. Just like when we boycott Gucci. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker, Gucci boycott lasted a week, but I already knew Gucci boycott was only gonna last a week, because y'all niggas didn't even know what y'all was mad about. So he said, y'all didn't support it. Right? You didn't support it. Nobody was there. I was alone. It was just me and Godfrey. So now he's like, now that he said more information. I'm reading exactly what he said. More information came into play that I won't get into. So now he got this secret information on some behind the scenes shit. He's alluding to Godfrey and he's alluding to some shit that happened with Vlad and So it's all this secret shit that he can't probably say to you, right? But he knows it. And now if you only knew, then you would agree with all. He said it on his Instagram post. One day it all makes sense. So now with this secret information that allows him to absolve himself of all the shit he said for 5 years, and he's back on Vlad. And the comments is awful. And then if you go on his Instagram, the comments is awful. They say, bro, you a sellout. You needed a bag. Everybody sees through this shit. 99% of the people are not rocking with him. His channel's looking crazy. It made it worse. You didn't get all the new. He got a bag though. So whatever Vlad is paying him, he got it. And maybe he did get some revenue share, whatever. Vlad will do anything. At this point, Vlad got so much money, gang. It's like buying you at this point. You want 10%? Sure. Vlad might give him revenue share, because what it is this is not business at this point, gang. And let me just be honest with you. This not business with Lord Jamar. This is personal. Because Lord Jamar said I would never set foot in that bitch again. And Vlad was like, okay, bet. We gonna see. It ain't even about the money. He will pay him what he want, because right now, to get him back on there, to eat his fucking words, have his tail between his legs, sit him there with some matching fucking Vlad TV shorts on, looking like the biggest cornball in fucking history. Oh yeah, that's good. That's worth good money. All that money Vlad was gonna throw in the strip club, you know what? I'm gonna throw that shit to Jamar, because it mean more to me than them bitches shaking that ass. Okay? So let me keep this pushing. I'm gonna tell you what's going on. He says that all of us are white noise, and that people like me that have something negative to say, he's icing us out. What that means is he's trying to tell us, I don't care what you guys have to say. You're haters anyway. I'm allowed to change my mind. I'm allowed to make decisions based on whatever. I would rather you keep it a buck and just tell us, gang, I'm off that. I'm just going to move forward. Me and Vlad no, you're making a million excuses. You're trying to manipulate. You're gaslighting us, making us like we're the problem. You're jumping in with both feet. It's clearly for the money, but you won't say that. You won't say that you're getting paid. You won't say that your channel, you're trying to, I'm a civilized, uncivilized. No, nigga, you're trying to find new followers for your fucking channel. Just leave it at that. Just say that. Don't try to string us along with this old bullshit talk. You're trying to fucking gaslight and sick and blow dog whistles in this bullshit. So everybody all these motherfuckers come out of nowhere. Yeah, he's civilized. Nobody buying that shit, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. So I'm gonna leave it at this, man. I feel like this guy Vlad, right? First of all, he's disloyal to Godfrey, because Godfrey's standing on business. Vlad said he saw Godfrey. Vlad was like, I went to Big Boy's podcast. And I interviewed, and Godfrey was right before me. And I walked in, and Godfrey was walking out. We went to shake hands, and I was like, we need to talk. And he said that Godfrey was like, sure. Godfrey brushed him off. He kept walking. He said he got Godfrey's number from a mutual friend. He texted Godfrey like, we need to talk. Godfrey's like, no, we don't. He didn't even respond, right? And I think Vlad's taking it some kind of way, because he can't get his ass back up there to make him look like a donkey, right? But he got one of the two, right? Godfrey standing on business. Good, bad, or right, wrong, or indifferent, right? Godfrey standing on business, but Jamar up there now, and Jamar trying to take shots at Godfrey. Oh, he's not solid. Da, da, da. How's he not solid? He's standing on the same goddamn business he said 5 years ago. His podcast popping. See, Godfrey knows how to entertain people. Godfrey has a sense of humor. Godfrey knows how to respect all different nationalities and cultures. Lord Jamar don't know that. Lord Jamar got this 1960s, still in the fucking dungeon, still talking like he's on the fucking block of Harlem, like wherever the fuck he's from, just acting like, you know what I'm saying, nigga, this shit's a bigger world out here. People don't want to hear that bullshit. You're still peddling this misogynistic, goofy shit. You have no respect for people. Nobody, the people tired of that. They tired of it. You're not bringing nothing new to the table. It ain't even a lot of spirituality coming out of that podcast. So what are you really offering? So people are like, listen, I see this guy just here for a money grab and he don't really know what he's talking about in the first place. So I'm all set with this guy. The earth is round. It's called gravity. No one's jacking the shit you're talking, okay? So I'm gonna leave it at this. I don't know where Lord Jamar is going from here, but I think like most supervillains do, they end up sad and alone. They don't have no more henchmen. The hideout is visible to everybody, but nobody cares, right? I think I think Lord Jamar just like, man, let me just keep my lights on, keep this pool running. I need chlorine for this pool. So I think that he don't really care what you say. He got people in his chat giving him super chats. There's always gonna be somebody donating to something. It doesn't matter. Umar Johnson is the most ridiculous. He's another D-list movie villain, and you guys still giving him $20, or you got $50 a month coming out your paycheck like some kind of fool. And Lord Jamar got you guys giving money just like everybody else. So he gonna be fine, but it's not gonna be the same level that he thought it was gonna be. Now he's going on Vlad. He think gonna get a whole bunch of new people. I don't know where they coming from, because everybody in the comments saying, yeah, we good on you. Even though they still watching, 62,000 views and 150 views. So there's 150,000 views. They're still watching. They're giving a bag to them anyway. So I don't know what y'all think, man. So let me know what you think, man. Lord Jamar, man, listen. I don't even have no advice for you. I used to give you advice. I don't have none. Just do what you do. You said it doesn't matter what other people think. Then it don't matter what I think. It's just a video. All right, I'm out of here, man. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. Head over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S., okay? Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on The What Show. Me, TJ, and Fliz. Make sure you check it out. Get in the comments, the chat. We be having 200 people plus in the chat. Say something. Let us know you're in the building, all right? I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.